Watch how this shit drop. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know? Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. Can't win it ever, I stand getting better. You let it come and get it falling so pandemic. You can't even afford coming over. Your petty presence is unimportant. So unimportant. So I want you, I don't need you in my life. I feel like I'm cross. I put that on God. Ay, feeling like the top. Feeling like the king. Everything you peep, it ain't really what it seems. Traveling, seeing all the world's problems. Trying to tell you how we get it and how we can solve them. I'm on the top flight now, I came from the bottom. Ain't gotta check my credibility, they know I got them. Can't win it over, I still getting better. You let it come and get it falling so pandemic. You can't even afford coming over. Your petty presence is unimportant. So unimportant. No, I don't want you, I don't need you in my life. Making happy, play for paper. It's the Plug Podcast, ayy. Yo, you already know. Watch how this shit drop. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know? Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. Can't win it ever, I stand getting better. You let it come and get it falling so pandemic. You can't even afford coming over. Your petty presence is unimportant. So unimportant. So I want you, I don't need you in my life. I feel like I'm cross. I put that on God. Ay, feeling like the top. Feeling like the king. Everything you peep, it ain't really what it seems. Traveling, seeing all the world's problems. Trying to tell you how we get it and how
Yo, can you hear me? I can't hear you, bro. Can't hear you, bro. Yo, I can't hear you. Something wrong with your sound.
Yo. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me right now. I apologize. I got a little. Yeah, okay. So, salute everybody, man. Give us 1 second. We having some technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on here. Give me 1 second. So I'm gonna come out, guys. You okay? Give me 1 second. Let me fall back out, and I apologize. I'm gonna see if I can come back in. Get on the laptop. 1 second. Hold on, you gonna move it? Okay. Wait a minute. Yo.
Yo.
All right, yo. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, beautiful. Woo. All right, man. I don't know what's going on. Every time we get started, man, we be having some crazy difficulties.
Yeah,
but anyway, let me get to it. What I want to do is I'm gonna play this, and we're gonna get into some. I'm gonna talk about a couple of news things, but I do want to get into this whole thing for the dads, man. And like I said, I got my homeboy that got into a real bad accident, man. So praying for my homeboy. He's not talking right now, nor is he able to see right now. So like I said, I'm gonna go down there and go check him. And like I said, God got it. I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping at all. So let me play this right here for all of the men.
And there's 3 boys passing the pigskin. There's so much more to.
Hold on, let's get into this. So this right here, man, I want to give a shout out to a lot of times, a lot of the men's don't get the chance. And this guy right here is a single dad that adopted 3 boys because he didn't want to split them up. So I want to start off with
that's dope.
Yeah. No, I want to show this too.
It isn't just a dad and his 3 boys passing the pigskin. There's so much more to this story.
I discovered a path where you can foster to adopt. What better way than to change the trajectory of someone's life by bringing them into your home and just trying to show them that somebody cares for them, right?
At age 45, Jason Smith took a leap into the unknown by fostering 3 brothers, Tavon, Irion, and Tavion, ages 9, 10, and 11. His home would be their 6th foster placement in the last 5 years.
You didn't decide to just foster one child. No. No, you decided, you know what? I think I could do 3. Was that the plan from the beginning?
Craig, that was not the plan from the beginning.
So when you swing, your hand will go right over this, right? Right in between there.
Jason took a 9-week training program with the Department of Family Services in his home state of Nevada.
They prepare you almost for the worst, right? To help you understand this is a different type of kid.
Yep.
And here's what they may come with. And here's how you deal with that. You have a lot of choice and decision in that process.
Yeah.
And so do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? Do you want a kid with special needs? Do you know, so I was looking for a son, right, that I can potentially be a great match for. And in the process of looking at children, their profiles, I saw this sibling group.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's some handsome kids. And I read their stories. Cool. And I clicked on them. And it seemed like fate and destiny wanted us to be connected.
So I'm gonna stop right there, Born. So what do you think about that, man? Just alone, because a lot of times men don't get appreciated or celebrated for stepping out. Because me, even as I mentor kids, even as you see other men that try to, you know, they might not be your kids, but you lead those guys down those type of paths. So what do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? As far as what he's doing, or what should more men do that without having to go through adopting, but also being able to do that, you know, as far as to better help the community?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can't. What did you hear? I can't hear you. What you say?
I think that's a dope thing, man. I think that's dope, real talk.
Yeah, because a lot of times kids don't get those type of opportunities. So let's keep going.
During this time, Jason was freshly grieving the death of his own father, Tucker.
I lost them in June 30th, 2021. I dealt with it. I flew home, did the arrangements, and I think I'm still dealing with that a little bit.
Can't hear the sound, bro.
Yeah.
But I feel pretty strongly that the Spirit is with
you said you can't
making things happen.
You can't hear the father talking.
It would seem to me that out of that,
you can't. You might have to come out and come back in. You should be able to hear it. It's on the screen. I don't know what's going on. Can anybody hear? Let me know if y'all can hear the video. Can y'all hear the video that's being played? Yeah, they can hear it. Come out and come back in, because you don't even have an avatar. Born, you hear me? Yeah, we're gonna have him come back in. There must be something wrong with the thing, boy. I tell you, it's always something, man. It's busy every time. Never no other issues before we go on, and as soon as we go on, this what happens every time. So we're gonna have Born come out, and he probably gonna come back in, pop in. So let's get back to what I was saying about a lot of people don't get these recognitions. Can y'all hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me now? Yeah, let me no issues until you talk about positive. Exactly. Okay. They good. They can hear. All right. That's true. So let's keep
prepare
going.
you almost for the worst, right? To help you understand this is a different type of kid.
Yep.
And here's what they may come with. And here's how you deal with that. You have a lot of choice and decision in that process.
Yeah.
And so do you want a boy? Do you want a girl? Do you want a kid with special needs? Do you know, so I was looking for a son, right, that I can potentially be a great match for. And in the process of looking at children, their profiles, I saw this sibling group.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's some handsome kids. And I read their stories. Cool. And I clicked on them, and it seemed like fate and destiny wanted us to be connected.
During this time, Jason was freshly grieving the death of his own father, Tucker.
I lost them in June 30th, 2021. I dealt with it. I flew home, did the arrangements, and I think I'm still dealing with that a little bit. Each day is better, but I feel pretty strongly that his Spirit is with me and guiding me and making things happen.
it would seem to me that out of that tragedy, you decided to turn it into something good. Is that how you would describe your journey to fatherhood?
It inspired me to take action. I'd always toyed with the idea of having kids, right? And in the moment where he passed, I was like, damn, yeah, I never gave him grandkids.
After a 6-month foster, Jason jumped at the
Fact,
opportunity to adopt the brothers. They call him Papa J.
3, 2, 1,
Family.
Before we were living with Papa J, we always used to like hop from foster home to foster home. He's actually funny, nice, super nice actually. And like he's just like the big dad that I never actually had before. And most importantly, he loves us and we love him.
What's your hope for your family going forward?
I just want to see them grow up to be smart, intelligent, great Black men to make a difference, to take their experience and use that to do some amazing things.
What do you think Tucker would say about all of this?
He's so proud. He'd be so elated. No one in the street could tell him that those are not his grandkids by blood.
He is proud of you. So
I think so.
I don't think a lot of folks are. So myself included.
Thank you.
So I wanted to stop right there and give some little roses and flowers for that, man, because you don't see that a lot. And just salute to that man. And there's a lot more that I was watching today, a lot more. So you want to speak on that, King?
Oh man, that's a beautiful story right there, man. Because usually they don't let single fathers adopt kids. You know what I mean?
All right.
They usually got to be married. You know what I'm saying? They already have like a family of some sort. You know?
Facts.
So that's a beautiful thing to see that happening, bro. And
I think a lot of times us, especially as Black men, we get a lot of slack because they say we don't really do too much or we don't want to be, which that's always a farce. You know what I'm saying? Because we end up doing it. Even in the community, when you think back in those days, you had those guys that, them wasn't their kids, but if they saw them out, they would discipline them, tell them don't do nothing, or make sure you stay out of trouble, or tell your mama. And we don't get enough like that.
Because nowadays, these mothers and these fathers, if you say something to their kids, next thing you know, they want to fight.
Facts.
So you can't really say that to their kids no more.
Right.
So now we got a bunch of wild kids running around here with nothing to lose.
No, it's true. And that's why I wanted to shine light on this guy right here. Now I'm gonna get into something. I'm gonna have Carrie. So what do you think about that, man? About people going, we don't get enough slack. And me and you talked about that as far as dads and fathers and that nature, where you got a brother here that again he wanted to be a part of something and to help instead of going to look for other places. He went and got him somewhere where he can help and build and sow into young men that were already there and it wasn't their fault.
First of all, I commend this brother, and this is...
You got to turn that volume, if you turn it up a little.
This is the story that needs to go viral.
Yes.
This is the story that needs to go viral because when we begin to listen, we always have to hear something bad or something tragic about a Black man, but you won't hear a lot of stuff about this type of things or what's going on. But this brother, instead of going into a shell because of his pain, he decided to say, hey, listen, I'm going to turn this pain, into a victory. I'm going to turn this pain into something that I can go ahead and grab somebody else and give them the joy instead of hiding. Let me share.
Facts.
Amen. What my dad put in me, now I can share it, not just with one. Like King said, it's very rare they would a Black man or a male
that's
adopt
true.
one, but they have allowed him to adopt 3.
Yeah.
Now he's got 3 boys, but now he's got a opportunity now to put into 3 men that put on the inside of him. And we got to know that his dad did a good job.
That's right. That's right.
He went the heart that he has.
I like that. And on the same note, and like I said, it gives young men to realize man, I wasn't thrown away. Somebody out there really wants me to be around them. And somebody says my worth is a little bit better than what I see myself in these mirrors.
Right.
You know, you are somebody. You know, like I told you before, when people talk to you, you want people to talk to not just anybody, but a somebody.
Right.
And I tell you, salute, half past, salute to you up in the building. And I give it to even, you know, and like I said, a lot of us don't understand as parents, especially as fathers. You know, a lot of times we don't get those high fives and stuff like that. And Charles said one time, and like I told you, he said, you could tell by a great man, and it's sad that, but it's the truth. You tell by a great man when you go to his funeral, because you don't see all these other stuff and these accolades he get until people come out of the woodworks and you didn't know he knew this person and he helped this person. And one day he did this for this person, because again, we're not looking for recognition. A lot of times we just there to help. And you sit back, sometimes I sit back and think like, man, all this stuff I've done, or me just helping somebody. You don't really look at it like that, because it's not like you're trying to get brownie points. You're doing it because that's what, as a man, what it instilled you.
That's so true. And we got to commend you, man, for just bringing this out right at the right time. But
Yeah.
Father, it's better than a tie. It's better
Come
than
on.
a pair of socks. You know, we're more than a tie and some socks, man. We need to see that we have some good black men. You know, all men are not going up, doing drive-bys. Every black man is not sticking up. But here it is. We have one that we can give him, his flowers right now for what he's doing. And then when you hear about the young man, they giving him the flowers.
Yes.
They giving him the flowers. They have bounced from foster home to foster home. But now they said, we know he loves us and we love him. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And I'm glad, and we're gonna piggyback. I'm gonna let Born. I want Born to break this down too. We got this. Check this out. Now, this right here just even adds to the sentiment of what we were talking about. And this right here was deep to me.
The dads who paid for dinner that nobody was grateful for, who didn't even know if they were going to make it to payday. Dads that are trying their best to be a good man in a society that devalues men. Dads who lost their patience multiple times a day because they see their life passing with their dreams still in their chest. Dads who never hear, I'm proud of you, because those are important words to a man.
I'm gonna stop right there. He given so many Jews at one time. Man, that just, it cut. And like he said, man, to imagine to all the times you paid for food that no one was grateful for you even paying for it, and didn't know how or where the money would come from. You know, that to me is a man and a dad. Somebody that, hey man, you gotta eat. We gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? And go out his way to even do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna play a little bit more.
Grateful for. Who didn't even know if they were going to make it to payday. Dads that are trying their best to be a good man in a society that devalues men. Dads who lost their patience multiple times a day because they see their life passing with their dreams still in their chest. Dads who never hear, I'm proud of you, because those are important words to a man. Dads who work long hours and leave all the frustrations at the door to be there for their kids, because that's what dads do. Dads who love so much, even when they feel like they're failing. Dads who shoulders the weight of the world for their family.
I want you to see if you want to elaborate and speak on that, Born. Just give some of the people some game. Just a lot of people understand just being a dad, just being a man alone, being in 2024, where he just said a lot of times the guys that's trying to do right don't feel, seem like people try to devalue what the expectations, or they try to lower the bar of what a man is.
I'm gonna say this: like my ex-wife, she's from Virginia, right? I say I did by Blackbird, Chrisburg area, and I got a 14-year-old son with her. Now my 14-year-old son, he found me because she blocked me from all communications with him because of me and her relationship. You know what I'm saying? Didn't last, didn't work out.
Right.
Even after she got remarried, she still tried to keep my son from me. So I had to go through her mother and her father till her mother passed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, you know what I'm saying? My son, he called me, he asked me, he's like, Mama said that you did this, you was doing this and that. You had a lot of women. I was like, what that got to do with me and your relationship? I'm not gonna talk about your mama. I ain't gonna kick her back in like she do mine, because men don't do that. But I'm gonna tell you, look at your brothers and their father, how she do them too. And he was like, I see that, Dad. That's what me. My brothers always told me you was a good man because you took care of them, you raised them. I'm like, I know. But you know what I mean. So she found that we was talking. She found we was talking. She blocked.
I'm still here. Can you hear me, Born? The phone went out. Can you hear me? Born, let me know if you can hear me. I don't know what happened. While Born wait, we're gonna go ahead and go into a little bit of this video a little bit more.
You're a good dad.
This is a place
And I'm proud of you.
I don't feel wrong.
So, Kerry, while we on this, so Kerry, what do you think about what he said? And as a dad, do you sometimes feel that way?
I think we're in a society where
Yo,
that man,
Hold on one second. Kerry was speaking. Yeah, went out for a minute.
that men, we're the tough guys.
okay.
Tough guys. We gotta hide our emotions. We gotta hide everything. And we're Superman, you know. But we need to be assured that we're loved too. And I remember when my daughter, and I tell the story a lot. I remember when my daughter was a little girl, and she had some company over, and they were arguing about whose father was the strongest. And they were arguing, and the little girl told my daughter, said, you know, my daddy can pick up 50 pounds. And my daughter said, so what? My daddy he can pick up 100 pounds. And they went on and on and on. And so I was listening, and they were little kids, about maybe 5 or 6 years old, and they're going back and forth. But to hear my daughter talk about how strong her daddy was, you know, I came out with my chest stuck out. But these are 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
But it was not about what she said. It was about her mindset of how strong her dad was.
And how she depicted you as. You were a superhero.
Exactly. And then the point of the fact of the matter is, I heard it.
Right.
So I heard it. And when I heard it, it allowed me to understand how she sees her dad. You know, and just like this daughter, a man want to hear that from every part of his family. Don't just say, hey, you the man. But we're in a society now, King, you know, now hit me up if you agree with this. We're in a society now that if a man desires to just, you know, they want to feel that they're important to you,
right,
then we're labeled as being weak.
Come on.
We're too emotional.
Right.
Man, you're a weak man. You know, you're weak. Why do I got to tell you every day, you know, you're doing a good job? That's your job. But if I don't tell you your hair is pretty, then I'm ignoring you.
That's a fact.
You know, if I don't tell you, them some nice nails, but I paid for them to get it done, but I still got to compliment you on it.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, when you sit back and you look at it, because like you said again, it goes both hand in hand. And that's what it says for us to, you know, it goes both ways for us to lift each other up.
Yeah.
We have to do that. You know, a lot of times, like they say, you get a lot, but they say you get more flies with honey than vinegar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of times just to, you know, hey, and sometimes it's the little things. And I think, like you said, we all take that a little bit for granted sometimes. But you know, like when we was talking about like when Mother's Day come around, Jersey Rich salute. It's like when Mother's Day
Salute, Jersey Rich.
you know what I'm saying? The kids get this, they make sure mama get it. Daddy might, like you say, he might get a tie, he might get a sock. They might just go in there real fast and just, you know, and just write something down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just give you something. Or daddy, or they like, daddy, what you want to eat? And then you might be the one end up making it.
Right.
Going, you know what I'm saying? So it's just what it is. But I think, like you said again, this especially happened. And for me, it's more or less like with my homeboy in this situation he's going through in his Father's Day this weekend. And I know as a man, you laying in the bed, you can't enjoy, you can't see your kids, you know, your kids have to look at you. But also it's a flip side of that, because it goes back and reiterate what you said, is that it makes you have to look at what you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't realize how Superman your daddy really is. Like I said, everything he's doing in the background until you take that from him or take that from you guys. Now it's like, oh, I thought daddy just did this. Man, daddy do this and daddy got to go do this. And if anything, the water messed up, daddy got to go get it. But if this messed up, daddy got to go do it. It's out of everybody else's hands. And if daddy don't do it, then daddy's failing.
Right. Right.
Let me say one thing too. Y'all hear me, right?
Yes.
All right. So as I was saying, my 14-year-old son. Now this little boy is 6'6", 240 pounds, 14 years old, wears size 16 shoe.
Jeez.
So you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you remember I sent him all them shoes. I bought him all them shoes and sent them to Virginia.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, son, this hold you for the school year. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it seemed like every time he get in contact with me now, he called like he should be inboxing me on Facebook. He don't even call me, he inboxed me on Facebook. So it's like every time he called me now, he called me about a cell phone. And he was like, oh, Dad, I need this amount of money for a cell phone so I can talk to you.
Right.
I was like, if your mother already blocked you from talking to me on that phone, the phone you got, what makes you think she can't block you from talking to me on a new phone? I have to pay for it.
Right.
I was like, nah, you ain't gonna call me just to use me and try to get things from me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe but you got to remember now, maybe that's the only way that he feel like he can communicate, because other than that, there's never really been, regardless of what the mama did, there's never really been that friendly bond. Everything has been either ordered by or by what he's seen his mama do. See what I'm saying? That's why it's very pertinent to have a man in that place, because what happens is most men, and most people don't realize, again, 73% of the people that are incarcerated are without mother, without a father, or not having not necessarily when I say father, but having a figure in their life where they can guide them. You see what I'm saying? So again, they don't understand how to react with any logic, or to know how to control or monitor the aggression. So everything is hiding from an emotional point of view. So you saying that, you have to be the logical one and say, okay, have I ever really had a true strong relationship with him? Really gotta say,
but let me cut you off. We had a great relationship. I was there. I brought him out the canal, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then for years he was up under me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's when me and her separated, divorced.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you this. It's crazy because I mean, one time I was living in Charlotte. I moved from Virginia, and I moved to Charlotte because that's where I was working for Nelly. And I went one day. It was a Friday. I left one early. I took off work that night. I told him that I'm gonna go spend time with my son. So I go to his school. I pick him up. At the time, we still married. It don't matter anyway because we both got custody of him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I picked him up from school early. Took him to Chuck E. Cheese. She blowing my phone up. Then she texts me. She's like, next time you do that, she's like, I'm gonna call the cops until you threaten my life, and they will send your black ass back to jail because you're a criminal.
Wow.
So
what
you know,
what you think about the situation, in King's situation with his son? He said, which told us, he said he feels like now when he calls, it's more or less like, what can you give me? without building that bond? Is it, if I guess not saying because nothing's right or wrong. What do you think, or what could be another solution that he could, in order to build that bridge without him feeling that? Because it's a two-way. Like I told him, a lot of times, if the mama was involved and then you didn't have a relationship with the son, what happens is everything's done controlled, whether it be you're paying this bill or you're paying this or paying this. So with him, he's only doing that because that's how his mama and you communicate. He's only watching what he sees. So how could you think, or what you think we could do to bridge that gap?
You know, it's sad, but he just got to keep being him. Because you have to understand, you just got to keep being you. You can't let anybody change who you are. As a matter of fact, you know, I understand and I see and I have experienced. It's not that I'm one that I can say, hey, oh, I understand what you're saying without feeling the effects of that. So I understand that. But you have to understand that when two people get divorced, it does not necessarily, divorce just does not affect just the husband and the wife. It's sadly enough, it affects the whole family. It affects everything that you're connected to because it separates, even friends separate. You know, because you don't even know everything.
I never even looked at it like that. Even
Yes.
the voice said friends separate.
They have to choose. Everybody has to choose which side, which is to just now, wait, hold on. Why do you have to suggest? I remember when I went through a divorce, there were some people that stopped talking to me. We never had any type of disagreement, but because they came in being a friend with me through my ex-wife, I guess they figured, well, I can't be your friend because you guys got a divorce. So even with that, you have to look at, you know, King, even with your son, we have to continue to be who we are, you know, be who we are, because on the other side, we don't know what, you know, our children is, well, we can kind of figure, what our kids is being taught or what they're being told about us, you know, and then it becomes to a point to where it is a sad thing that when we start to feel as though, and I got to say this for myself, I'm not saying this about anybody, you have got to start to continue to encourage yourself because you'll get angry because you are a man and you're only seen as an ATM. And it gets to a point, and I've heard it so many times, they say, hello, daddy. Hello, daddy, how are you? What? How's your day going? How is your week going? How is this going? Hey, yo, dad, can you send me? Send me.
Right.
Hold on, man.
Hold on, man.
What about, what's up?
What's up?
Or hello, daddy. You know, because we get to a point, again, we're seen as supermen. You don't have to say hi to us. You don't have to say, how's your day going? But we want that too because we're human. We're human, man. We're human. We need to know. And it's sad, but when one person don't do it, it's another door and space and opportunity for somebody else to do it.
True. They say, yeah, another man and woman's treasure, another man and woman's treasure.
Yeah. So to answer your question, King, keep doing you King. Be that king. Be that king. You know, and listen, what God told me in my situation, and I thought it was rough. I said, wait a minute, hold on, this can't be God. Wait a minute, hold on. In my situation, God said, leave it alone for years.
Yeah.
Let him get to a place where he comes to be mature.
Mm-hmm.
But at that place of being mature, he's going to know that you were still consistent about who you are. Now, when he gets in, he can dissect how this thing, amen, came together or how it went down. Then he can make his own choice. But don't ever let it be said that you wasn't there.
I like that.
True. Sure do.
Like that.
Yeah.
All right.
That was deep.
Yeah, he went deep on it. That's what I said. Shout out to Kerry. So we got one right here too. I'm gonna play my man Steve Mustache Harvey. What makes a real dad? Let's see what some people think.
About real dads today, not fathers, but I want to talk about dads. Anybody can be a father. Take a real man to be a daddy, though. See, Father's Day changes as you get older. Sometimes being a father, just like being a mother, is a thankless job sometimes. You put your all into your kids, you don't know what you mean to them. And then, as you get older, when you're a kid, you don't necessarily understand or even appreciate what your dad is trying to do for you. But it's only when you get older, you step back, you move out the house, maybe even start a family on your own, you start to really realize, man, what that man meant to me, my dad, what he tried to teach me, all the lessons. Now, I'm gonna show you a video of exactly that. This is a grown-up son who gave his father, for Father's Day, a photo album of pictures of the two of them throughout the year. Now, I gotta tell you, the dad was touched by the photos alone. But at the end of it, there was a note. And the man was asking his dad to be his best man at his wedding. You might cry. Check it out.
This was a few years ago. I don't look that good anymore.
You look all right.
That was a really, really good video, man. You kind of hope at the end of the day that your sons feel that way about you if you're a father. You just hope, you may don't have to be his best man or nothing like that, but I gotta tell you, man, you just want to be appreciated. And for all you dads out there that's been putting in the years with your kids, whether it's your son or whether your daughter, whether you've been turning your boy into a man or you've been showing a young girl the example of how a man ought to treat a woman by taking good care of her mom, whatever it is, hats off to the dads around the world. Happy Father's Day out there, man. Hey, let's get into some Hey Steve. Hey, you made it to the end of this video.
Yeah, man, so, man, a lot of gems in that, man. So, King, I'm gonna let you build on that, man, because I can tell that kind of touched you too as me.
Yeah, man. This is so funny, right? I got my namesake, you know what I'm saying? And he'll be 21 July. And me and him always been close, you know what I'm saying? Even though me and his mother haven't been together since he was like 7, you know what I'm saying? And now he's a grown man now, you know what I'm saying? And so we talk every night. We don't talk as much. We used to talk, we both work a lot. But we talk every now and then. And the last time I spoke to him, he was like, yo, Dad, I just be working like you work. You work a lot, I work a lot. He's like, I love you. He's like, you always been a good father to me. And when he told me that, I like, you know what? I appreciate that because to me, I never really thought I was a good father because I was never around because I was always gone, you know what I mean?
That's deep. That's
I
deep.
was always gone, you know what I'm saying? I was like I said, I was down south, Midwest, the West Coast, you know what I mean?
Right.
The dirty stuff. So, and if I was working and making money, but I wasn't given that time, you dig?
No, totally understand. Yeah, that's respect coming from that too, man, because a lot of people don't say that or admit that. Kia, you want to piggyback on that as well?
Well, I think it kind of just shows that's what I was saying earlier. Maybe King, your son didn't understand.
Show your love, salute.
You were gone when he was young, but then when he became a man, he found out, you know what, I'm more like my dad than I thought, because now I'm working a lot. But he learned that through watching his dad. When you have a good dad don't always have to write it down, but he writes it down in his actions. And he shows you how to be a man by being the example of the man he desired for you to be. So now look at what he done. He came back and told you what he learned when he was a youngster, when he was a boy. He said, wow, now I'm working a lot, Dad. I understand.
Yeah.
But I was taught that a man got to work by his dad.
That's deep. That's deep right there. What you think about that, boy?
Give me 1 second, Cross. Give me 1 second.
No, you good. No, but now, but Kerry, like you said, that's a deep statement because a lot of times I think we don't understand. We don't understand that it's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard for a daddy, man. Like I give you one like Show. I watch him all the time, and I told him, I go over there and watch because I see him with his son. I see him post up about, hey man, these babies gotta eat and he's cooking for his kids and he's doing all that stuff. And as for like on the Father's Day, it shows a reflection of who his daddy was. And that his daddy was willing to be the man of the house. So, a lot of those people that I see, they go through those things and they show, because you said it. I don't have to write it down. My actions show way more than me writing it down. I don't have to go around to. That's why I said a lot of times when we sit back and you think about it in deepness, is you will see once a man is gone, a real man is gone. That's when everybody show up, right? Because they don't realize it takes a while for a reality hit to show you what a real man is. And a lot of young men, because they don't have a man figure, a lot of times it's not that they don't know how to be a man. They was never shown how to be one and what it looked like to be one when you became one.
Wow. Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts, though, bro. What you said, that's 100% facts because, like I said, my father wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? He was in prison most of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I had to learn firsthand off experience. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had to go through my trials and tribulations. To be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you. The streets really taught me how to be a man in the long run.
Right.
Because it showed me how to be honorable. Even though I was doing wrong, you still got to be honorable in ways in certain things you do. You know what I mean?
Respect.
Honorable meaning if you do a crime, and I don't care who you do it with, if you get caught, I got caught. We didn't get caught. I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna hold that bag. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the first. That's signs of becoming a man too. You see all these young boys out here now. As soon as they get locked up, first thing they do is say, "Oh yeah, come on, Tyreek, we caught, bruh. Let's go."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
That's because they wasn't taught honor. You have to learn that from old heads in the street that really was honorable. That really like took care of the community. Even though they done wrong, they took care of the community. They took kids on great adventure trips. They took kids on skating trips.
Yeah.
They held block parties.
Yeah.
They bought the kids in the neighborhood sneakers that their parents couldn't afford the sneakers.
Facts.
They take a bus trip. I know even with my cousin, I told my cousin Bilal passed, Epo Posse. He got a bus. He chartered a bus and took everybody that was in our project right there in our first 3 courts and took us school shopping.
Right. See, and it was people like you said, it was people that was that was honorable during that time that was doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So know exactly what you said. Where's the one I got? I got one. Where's this? No, not that. Let's go ahead and play. I want to play something real fast. Just kind of switching it around a little bit.
Okay.
Short it out.
I'm gonna mute up.
Okay, bet.
And it's just blazing hot in there. So just fortunately, we were able to get these people before any of them passed as a result.
Another alleged smuggling operation busted.
This is the fault of the cartels that put these people at risk.
An inside look at the conditions 26 victims were left in and where they were being hidden. Coming up now at 5.
Clearly cartel related. So at present, we're just going to be unraveling this whole thing. But we can tell you definitively, we think everybody's out of the woods as far as losing their life.
We continue following breaking news as law enforcement officials investigate dozens of victims that they discovered. Sheriff Javier Salazar says they were alerted to the alleged human smuggling operations and kept eyes on it both on the ground and in the air.
The sheriff says absolutely this is cartel related. He confirms deputies found 26 smuggling victims. 11 of them went to the hospital. 7 suspects arrested. This unfolded around noon today. The bust by Oak Island Drive near Loop 1604 in South Bexar County. A massive law enforcement presence, including Border Patrol, EMS, and Bexar County Sheriff's deputies.
And here's a view from your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4. This was just hours after that situation was first reported. You can see the massive presence of law enforcement there. And this is what it looked like when the situation was all unfolding. Again, we saw a large law enforcement response in that very rural area. Several ambulances there along with patrol cars on the property.
And here's a view from the ground. Our cameras were there. We saw dozens of people on stretchers. They were being treated. They were under shade. They were being given.
So I'm gonna stop right there, King. This is crazy, ain't it? I mean,
yeah, man.
You talking about 26 people, and like they said, cartel based. They must have a whole hub going.
Yeah, bro. But you know the cartel been doing that, man, for years.
Yeah, I think it's just getting more light. But you talking about 26 though, and all of them, and they end up getting the heat exhaustion. So that's what's so crazy to me, man. I just, like I said, it's just a lot, man. It's, you know, when you sit around and look at the world and everything going on, that's why I wanted to be at least be able to give, you know, some people a little bit of light on some of this stuff. Let's keep hearing what they say because I didn't hear it all before.
Water and ice.
East West San Antonio's Jordan Elder joins us live from the scene. Jordan, we know the sheriff was there and briefed the media not too long ago. What else have we since learned?
11 people were taken to the hospital after this incident, after they were smuggled in here underneath a trailer. After that, they were unloaded onto this property, which is where they were eventually found. Now, here's how the sheriff says this all happened. The sheriff's office got tipped off this morning that this could be a human smuggling operation. They were watching a trailer that eventually drove into this location. It was a gooseneck trailer with a mesh false compartment underneath. 26 people were.
Man, that is crazy.
Yo, that's real crazy, bro.
That's crazy, bro. I'm surprised they, like they said, man, it was in a mess. Bro, how are they able to breathe in that?
Barely breathing, bro.
That's crazy. No. This is crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, where they do that? Let's keep hearing it.
Laying side by side in that compartment with no water, very little ventilation. Here's a look at that. They were all unloaded and then brought into a shack on this property. Because of this blistering heat that we've been facing, Sheriff Salazar says they're lucky that this didn't end differently.
It's miserable conditions there, and it's just blazing hot in there. So, just fortunately, we were able to get these people before any of them passed as a result.
When deputies got here, people started scattering. They made 7 arrests and then took those 11 people to the hospital for things like dehydration, cuts, and bruises. But the challenges did not end there. BCSO then had to determine who was a migrant and who was a smuggler, which can be a difficult task.
It's quite common for coyotes to pass themselves off as victims. So in other words, they'll blend in with the crowd of victims. And only until we start drawing the information out of them is then we're able to determine that this is not a victim, this is a bad guy.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm
gonna tell you something. When I remember, I used to work at the Ecuadorian club in Jersey, right? And it was coyotes there. No, I know it was coyotes because the girls that worked there, the coyotes would come there and would collect money from them like every day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's even crazy.
And I didn't know they was coyotes, but the owner told me they coyotes. I was like, what's a coyote? He's like, smugglers. I'm like, what? They smuggle human people. I'm like, human trafficking. I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's super nuts right there. Like I said, I didn't know that. So they got them. Well, I know they got them everywhere, but like I said, man, pack people in, 26 people under the trailer in a mesh lining. Man, this is crazy. Let's keep going a little bit more.
The migrants and smugglers will now be interviewed to figure out where they're from, when they crossed the border, and how they got here. Right now, we do know that one woman from Guatemala paid $16,000 cash to be transported this way. Now, this all comes days after President Biden signed a
So basically what they saying is some people are paying to be smuggled in. It ain't like
some people pay to get here, but they don't pay the cash straight up. They gotta work it off. So like I said, sometimes they be they work in them clubs I work at, like they be serving drinks and stuff, but they say somebody buy them a beer. The beer is only like $3 really, but the people pay $20 and they gotta split half with the club.
Oh, I see what you saying. So
they be getting drunk, you know what I'm saying? And then they say they get a drink, like say they get a double shot or something like that. That's $40. The club gonna get 20. They gonna get 20. So they gotta drink a whole lot in order to make money.
Yeah, that's even crazy. That's even crazy to me. I didn't even know that. Yeah, this is crazy. Bro. Let's see what they say.
A new executive order that changes how asylum works. We asked the sheriff if he thinks we'll see more incidents like this one now that that order has been signed, but he says we've been seeing things like this, especially in Bexar County, for years and years. He says the cartel will continue to find ways to get people in here illegally because that's what makes them money. For now, reporting in South Bexar County, I'm Jordan Elder.
So what you think about that, Karen? You got cartel base. I mean, like I said, it don't seem so bad if somebody paying 15 bands to get over here. And what it tells you also is that the borders are super weak. The boy just signed an order for the borders, but they said they're still running rampant, dog.
Well, I put it like this. They're not the first group of people that got smuggled.
Come on, man.
They're not the first group of people
Right.
that put under something and almost died.
Yeah.
And we hold up, and we didn't get paid for being smuggled either.
And we ain't asked to come.
Nope.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, we didn't ask to come.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Kerry, real quick. You're intelligent, brother. Let me ask you a question. So what you think about everybody talking about we're not really from Africa, that we are really the natives of America? Now, I believe that because we universal, but they say it wasn't no slavery. It was all a trick, a ruse. Now they're trying to change. That's why they don't teach it in school no more to the kids.
Yeah, I know.
You know, some things you just should not entertain, because when we entertain it, it starts to make us look just as ignorant as the ones that saying it.
Yeah.
You know? And so what we have to do is we got to make sure that we educate, our own.
Facts.
So it used to be a time, and I hope that I'm kind of going out on a limb. It used to be a time before a child go to school, they already know how to spell their name. They already know how to count to 10. They already know most of the stuff. And I'm not talking as Black people, we would get our people ready, our children ready. Now, I have a school now, and I have kids that don't know how to tie a shoe. They don't know how to spell their name. They don't know anything because parents is not taking, and I'm not talking about everybody, but it's a lot of parents now that's not parenting. We having children, but we're not teaching them. And then so if you send an empty cup to school, don't complain with what come back in the cup.
That's fact. That's the truth stuff.
So we can't allow people to make us think we really lump. And then we got a zip in the back of the head and you just gonna unzip and pour in what you want us to know.
Yep.
So some things we just don't even, I'm too busy and I have too much going on to entertain things that you already know the answer to.
Yeah.
There you go.
It
but
is,
you know what I'm saying? Because I said that because I didn't know this. I was talking to my son and stuff, right? And he was like, they didn't teach us about the slavery and stuff when we was in school. I didn't know they changed the whole curriculum. They don't teach them about it. This is my 14-year-old son was telling me. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I didn't even know that either.
But Kenny, check this out. When we look now, they don't even teach you how to write in cursive.
Nope.
Nope.
Now you can take your cell phone to school.
Yeah.
During test time. They're not even teaching you. So therefore, I was just looking at a statistic that said in the next 5 to 10 years, our children will not know how to read. And I'm going to ask you this, and there's a lot of people on here now that's watching. Take your children around 5, 6, 7, and then ask them to showing them the numbers. Take them to a regular clock and tell them, ask them what time is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know. And they'll look at it and say, I don't know. And you in the 5th grade and you don't know, you in the 9th grade and you don't know how to tell time?
Yeah. I don't even know how to do that. That's sick. Sad. Nobody's taking the time, like you said, they look on their phone. And half the time they're still asking you what time it is. And they got their phone right in their head. You look at
How many kids you know done flunked the grade lately?
None. They was keeping us back. They was keeping us back in the day.
Yeah.
Because no child left behind.
Yep. Yeah, Nancy Reagan started that joke.
Whether they know, whether they got their lesson or not.
That's real. That's so true, though. Man.
They just giving kids diplomas now, basically.
Yeah. And like my daughter and my kids and them said the same thing, bro. A lot of kids in that ain't even, they ain't, man, I'm telling you, they make them dumb. And they making them just laborers. They're not making them. One thing is, if you can control everybody to do the same thing, then you'll never have nobody doing nothing inventive. No one that never create, because everybody's doing the same thing. That's why it's impossible to think that everybody's the same. That's how you get new stuff. That's how people invent, create, and do all that. If everybody did the same thing, man, it'd just be plain Jane. But I want to play this last one too. And you tell me what you think, even in 2024. So the FBI in Arizona, I know I'm late, but here to support. Man, I appreciate your sacrifice. No, you good right now.
Salute sacrifice.
We're going to do this one right here, though. This one's crazy. This one right here is a guy in Arizona, the FBI just caught him trying to start a race war. It was just a couple of, I think this might have been earlier today where they found, let me show you.
Federal court records are revealing how the FBI broke up a plot to stop a mass shooting. Back in October, the FBI says it began its investigation into Mark Prieto after a confidential informant who spoke with him more than a dozen times over 3 years at various gun shows said Prieto called for a mass shooting targeting blacks, Jews, and Muslims before the 2024 presidential election. During a January gun show in Phoenix, Prieto tried recruiting that informant and an undercover FBI agent. According to court records, Prieto wanted to carry the plan out in Georgia because, he says, when he was a kid, that was one of the most conservative states in the country. More specifically, Prieto wanted to carry out the attack at a rap concert because he said there would be, quote, a high concentration of African Americans.
I'm going to stop right there. This is crazy, bro. Like, I just, what do you think? Man, we got to be careful, man. This man said he was going to go to a rap concert and just go and get rid of innocent babies. Because he's mad, bro. This is crazy. And try to recruit. Here's the thing. My thing is, I get it. He was under investigation. But why it take so long?
For real, because he could have did that without them knowing.
Man, he could have been there. That's even scarier to know. You better off handling it and don't even put it out and tell us. You put it out and said, yeah, we caught somebody. Man, you didn't caught him. He actually was soliciting recruiting.
This is just nuts, man. Let me hear a little bit more. I'm gonna let Kerry speak on
During
it.
the February meetup at a gun show, Prieto began offering details of the plan, including the number of guns to be used. During this meetup, Prieto sold that undercover agent a gun for $2,000 and said he would also like to use grenades during the attack because it can, quote, cause panic. At another gun show in March in Prescott Valley, Prieto provided more specific details. That attack would take place in Atlanta at State Farm Arena on May 14th or 15th. Performing that night was rapper Bad Bunny. During that,
That's crazy, bro. He already had it planned. He done pulled a schedule match with somebody going, like, this is crazy, man. Like, this old man is so bitter and hateful. Like, come on, man. We in 2024. You don't want to be around nobody. Just leave him alone. Yeah, he had half past. He actually put thought into it. And he sold the guy a gun. Yeah, government's being set up there. Yeah. That's why I tell people, man, be careful, man. You can't go everywhere nowadays. I mean, this man literally said, okay, I knew there would be a high concentration of African Americans there, and I know I come up and use grenades. Like, to massacre the story that would have been told all in the name of he get bragging rights. This is crazy. So, Kerry, what you want to say? I'm going to let King piggyback on it. You got something you want to say?
Yeah, hold on, let Kerry talk. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Again, we've been saying for the last couple of days, there's no value of life anymore. There's no value of life. People don't have no value for the next person's life, you know. But then you say, well, you got the man that plotted it, but did you get to see that it was planted?
See,
so you done locked up him, but you say he's out. The plan was already put in motion.
It's already put in motion.
You've already told us that he'd have been to how many gun shows?
3 or 4 gun shows.
3 or 4 gun shows. So how many seeds? You only chop down the tree.
Yeah.
But you have dug up the root, and the root has reproduced. And if that seed got in him, it reproduced to something else. So it's bigger than just him now. And the plan is already made out.
Yeah.
It may not get to that particular concert, but it's still in the heart of the next person that he planned it in.
Yeah. Somebody bit on it. Somebody said it was fine with it.
Yeah.
He just happened to go to the wrong person to tell on him.
Yes.
But imagine if he had went on ahead, like King said, had did it the first show, second show. I mean, he really I don't know, it sounds like more of a fanatical infatuation with a culture.
Listen, but if we put more time into building people up,
exactly,
than we put into tearing each other down, it'll be a better place. But when we spend all of this time, do you know how many hours and days it took for him to plan?
For real.
He's strategizing this thing because he had to plan and see when the concert.
He had to listen to the music to find out what music. I mean, all this, that was beyond hateful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That Joker was way beyond hateful.
Man, that's crazy.
See what I'm saying? Let's keep going for King.
At gun show, Prieto sold an AR-15 rifle to that undercover agent for $1,000 and told them to, quote, bring as many magazines as the gun could carry. In the following weeks, agents continued to monitor Prieto's movements. During an April meetup, Prieto continued to fine-tune his plans, even discussing heading east to do reconnaissance, but emphasized the attack, quote, must happen prior to the election and as soon as possible. Authorities arrested Prieto back on May 14th as he crossed into New Mexico. Investigators say he had several guns in his truck, even more found at his home in Prescott while executing a search warrant.
Man, that's ridiculous, man. And I mean, you would think at this day and age right now, bro, you ain't got to do all that. Like I said again, man, these are kids. You talking about I don't even know who a Bad Bunny is, but it sounds like some little kids, my kids and them listen to. Why are you over there messing with them babies?
Right.
Bad Bunny is a Puerto Rican, like reggaeton rapper type dude.
Okay.
He's a little queer.
Okay.
But still, I'm just saying, why
Yeah,
would you
no,
go and
but a lot of them Spanish people have been there. A lot of Puerto Ricans, Spanish people, blacks,
yeah,
because still blacks are like them too. You know what I'm saying? Blacks listen to reggaeton too. So
huh?
yeah,
Okay, I know that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That's why I said at the end of the day, it's just really sad. So back to you want to speak on that, King?
about the man, I'm gonna say something. Here. I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know how I am, bro. When it comes
No,
to things like that,
I know that, but you got to keep it. You got to
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it PG anyway. But you know, bro, out of 100 old phase, I'm gonna call them old phase, pale faces. Out of 100% of them, 95% don't like black people.
Okay.
So
Now break it down. Now break it down for the audience, so they don't look at it like one way. But you just give back.
I'm just giving of what I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm 48, and I see it. They could act like your friend, but behind your back, they stabbing you. They're talking about you. They're backbiting you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One time I was in the bathroom. They didn't know I was in the bathroom. I was in the store, and it was like, I'm telling all these N-words on this job.
Wow.
There's too many here. And I heard it, and I reported it. I reported it back to the supervisor. This was years ago.
Right.
And he was like, well, if we can't prove they said it because they denying it, then it's just going to have to leave it, go have to sweep it under the rug.
Yeah.
And I was like, they had to leave it alone. I'm like, yo, these people don't really like this. And now it's some I grew up with. They grew up in the projects with me. You know what I'm saying? And they still don't get. We still friends to this day. But we was I think we was like, I came from doing my first bit, so I had to be like 23, 24. And he was saying the N-word. And everybody, he didn't say it around me. So one time, he's like, what's up, my N-word? You know what's up, my Negro? You know that? I smacked 5 of them.
Right.
I'm like, bro, I don't care what nobody said. You don't get no pass. You don't get no hood pass, bro, just because we grew up together. That right there, I can't. Even though he didn't mean it like that, but I had to check him and put him in his place. Right. Because if you let a person take an inch, they'll take a mile.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So it's not new under the sun, bro. They've been doing this to us, bro. They've been going to black communities lynching kids, babies, man. What was the little boy that he got lynched to kill? What was it? In the South back in the day, because they say he whistled at a white girl.
Oh, you talking about Emmett Till?
Emmett Till. That was a baby, bro. You see what they did to him as a baby, man?
Yeah.
I seen that movie, bro. I seen Emmett, bro. It made me sick in the stomach, bro. But I had to watch it because I've been reading about it, and it's finally time they shine some light. You know what happened? The lady that said that, well, she's like 90 or something now. She came out and admitted she lied, and they didn't lock her up.
Yeah.
She admitted she lied, bro. They don't care about us. Think about this, bro. Think about the Native Americans, how they give them their money. You know what I'm saying? The Jewish community, how they give them their money. They still didn't give us our reparations, and they said they was gonna give us 40 acres and a mule. You know what 40 acres and a mule is today? That's about 400 acres and a Benz truck.
Yeah, we said the Benz truck, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, they don't respect us enough, and they would never do it, bro. Then we got the Black Lives Matter people. They fighting against us basically because what they are doing is they're getting rich off our backs, bro.
Yeah, they got caught and they end up owing money. They end up owing money, and then what you call it?
Mansions. They got mansions in Atlanta and different other states. They got like 4 mansions in 4 different states, bro.
Yeah.
Rich states.
Yeah.
Come on, man. But then they get back to the community.
Well, that whole concept of that was created based off the simple fact that you're talking about a person who, again, at the end of the day, use everything as like the Trayvon Martins and stuff. People played off, they knew they could play off the emotions of people. Because at the end of the day, you got to think about it. None of those people, I tell people go look, none of those people that was victims, and it was like 12 or 13 that they were supposed to got all that money back for them. They never even got anything. They didn't give them anything, any money out of it. And now Black Lives Matter, the movement is in the, I think it's like what, negative $90 million or something now. They in a negative or something mess. So it was just funny. It's Arizona guy was showing, and then right after that, this happened, right? So Arizona guy got about going through the FBI picked it up, so they wanted to show people about the FBI picking up. So check this out. What's up?
The Phoenix Police Department has repeatedly violated the civil rights of residents. The findings come after a years-long investigation into the city of Phoenix and the city's police force. It was just released today. NBC News correspondent David Noriega is tracking this for us. So, David, what prompted the Justice Department to look closely at the Phoenix Police Department in the first place, and Phoenix, the city? What exactly did they find?
Yeah, so this case was a little bit unusual in that, unlike other DOJ investigations of police departments, it wasn't prompted by any one single incident. Instead, it was prompted by numerous very high-profile misconduct scandals and allegations against the Phoenix Police Department. It did, however, come in the context of the immediate aftermath of the 2020 George Floyd police protests, after which the Phoenix Police Department was accused of unlawfully targeting protesters with prosecution, with being heavy-handed in its policing of the protests. But again, this involved years worth of allegations against the police department involving all manner of alleged misconduct. Now, what the DOJ found is that the Phoenix Police Department engaged in discriminatory policing against Black, Hispanic, and Native American residents, that they unfairly targeted homeless residents of the city of Phoenix, that they used excessive force, unnecessarily escalated incidents. One thing that stands out to me about this set of findings, guys, that's very interesting and historic, is that this is the first time the DOJ has found a police department to have systematically and unlawfully targeted the city's homeless population. These kinds of investigations into police departments are quite common. The DOJ has been doing them for years. There have been notorious cases against New Orleans, LAPD, Baltimore, etc. But this against Phoenix is the first time that the issue of homelessness specifically is in the spotlight like this.
Let's stop right there. So now, that's the new wave, man, is coming through. If you look at it, now they're going to start attacking and abusing these homeless people. So not only was they violating the civil rights of other people of color, now they're going after anybody that's not them. Almost like when we did the one about the Skid Row and the $165 million place, where that is a bigger plan than that. The insurance policy or the end result is a bigger payout. What you think about that, Kerry?
I know I sound like a broken record, but it still gets to a point where there is no regard for human life.
Yeah.
And we have to understand that this is bigger than just the white man, green man, black man, because now it is a spirit that's been released, and the spirit that's been released is coming against human life, because we have black people that's doing the very same thing, that wish they were going by killing each other. Yeah. So if the Black Lives Matter, then we got to make sure it matters to us in our home community.
That's right.
In our hometown and down our street. We got to get out of this thing that we gonna mind our own business.
Come on.
Now I'm from the street, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm not gonna cover for a person that come in my neighborhood and they're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, and then they're gonna destroy my neighborhood, and then they're gonna go back to their neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
devil is a lie.
It's a lie, because now, even with George Floyd, they arrested so many people that not even from there.
That's true.
But they tore up everything in that city, and they went home back to their house.
To their house. That's right.
Somebody knew who they were.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I think that's sad. Like you said, We need to start policing ourselves and being accountable for ourselves. And if you coming in my neighborhood, you be like that old dude that's in the neighborhood. You don't step on my grass. Don't come on my grass. So you can't come over here. Don't come. I ain't messing with you. Don't come over here. And if I see something going on, like you say, back in those days, they used to sit there and you said you ain't had to worry about it. You can tell your neighbor, hey man, you know I'm going out of town. Not nowadays, 22. You tell your neighbor you're going out of town, then you might get robbed. Yeah, you gonna be waiting, gonna get your cousins. Everybody gonna come to get something. And then he gonna be the one, hey man, I was looking, I didn't see nobody come in. But man, they said they came not over there by your house where you can see my door on the other side of the house, where they knew nobody could get in, that nobody could see nobody. You ain't see nobody go on the other side of my house. Like, come on, man. We need to start again. Do we care about nice things instead of nice? You say things like, do you care about your yard is trimmed? Remember back in the days you cut your grass and you made sure you had that line right there on the sidewalk to separate. Do we care about that anymore? No. Just the little things, just the yard and the trash. I tell everybody, don't come talking to me about our culture and all that. So when you walk out the gas station, do you pick up paper off the ground? So why would I do that? See, that's the problem. Because if you see something, you're supposed to pick it up. It's almost like you be in the house and you got to tell your kids, man, pick that up.
Yeah.
It's your house too, just because it ain't mine, such, they had it out. But you walk past it twice. You live here. If it's food and it rot, you gotta live here. It's going to smell the house up. You're gonna be infected, or you might get bit by the insects and the bugs. Right. You live here. You got to have to. Somebody else don't do it. You can't say, well, they ain't doing it. I ain't gonna do it. No, you live here. We all gotta coexist. So that's the thing about it. Why I'm tripping on the fuck. Boy, you still there?
I'm right here, bro. I'm right here.
Yeah, so we just breaking it down, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here, man. We've been on here for $1:23. I appreciate everybody coming on here, building with us today, man. We had another great show. Just broke down a bunch of new stuff that I just, like I usually do sometimes, throw it out. But I just wanted to talk about it. Let's play this out a little bit before we leave.
That's certainly a unique finding, David. I imagine we've heard from the city of Phoenix and the Phoenix Police Department. What are they saying?
Nothing yet of too much substance. Both the city and the police department have said that they are going to take some time to review the findings. The city did point out that both the city and the police department gave the DOJ pretty extensive access to conduct its approximately 3-year-long investigation, hosting DOJ investigators to the city 8 times, allowing them to take ride-alongs, giving them pretty much unlimited access to body camera footage, internal documents, things like that. So they were trying to show a willingness to
You got you got caught. You got caught. You talking about you was able to, since I provided you all the mistreatment I was doing, you at least get a brownie point for that, Kerry. At least give me a brownie point. Now, I did show you the video when we beat the dude up. Like, come on now. And the accessible tickets and the drug in the drug case room, some of it's missing, Kerry. But I let you walk in there. You see the shelves missing. Like, what are you talking about? Why do you give them credit for doing wrong to people when we pay the money not to do it, to protect and serve us, not to beat us up? That's true. Good Lord, man. Oh, man. So, King, you got anything you want to say? And I appreciate you coming on, man. You got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Man, let me say this, man. As a people, as long as we stand tall with each other, we're gonna ride this wave together. We're gonna make it right.
Fact.
And they're gonna always hate. So let them hate, man. Let's keep doing that shit. Let's keep being strong black men in our community, man. As fathers, sons, nephews, grandchildren, all of us, man. So ain't not much I can say, man. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to take. What they always do, man. What they do, they try to take something and use it against us. They try to use us, right, to take our mind off the other things that's going on in the world. That's more important.
While they focus over here, they tell us, you go over here and go look over here. The whole time, what you looking for has been right there the whole time.
Yep.
And that's how they do it. So again, I appreciate everybody coming on today. King, go ahead and say, give us your outro on that, and then I'm gonna let Kerry build before we get out of here as well.
All right. Peace to the 5% nation of God's enough. Salam alaikum, alhamdulillah, Rahman Allah to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. It's the King of New Jersey. This is BTBT. We bully the bullies. I'm your honorable host, born divine almighty Allah. Yo, shout out to my bro Cross, and shout out to my man Kerry, man. Salute to y'all, man. You know what I mean?
You know that.
I need some more Cross Your Heart gear too. I need some hats and everything, man.
Got you,
I need some fishing hats.
We getting it there, man. Kerry gonna get. We working on a lot. We getting a lot right now, man. Also, check out. I got the shirt that's coming out. Shout out to Game Time. Game Time. He does all of the bettings and also investments and stuff. I'm working on a shirt for him. I have a shirt. It should be on my website. It's called what is it called? Undermined. I think it's called, I think it's called, no, Undetermined. I'm sorry, Undetermined. It's an Undetermined. It's got the thinking man on there. It's called Undetermined. Y'all go check out them shirts. He's supposed to be on his site, and he's going to be promoting it as well. I'm sorry. Thank you, Black Widow. See, I got like Underestimated. That's the name of the shirt. Underestimated. So that's what it is. Underestimated. Y'all go check it out on the website. I think it was posted on the website today on my KrossYourHeart.com. Again, y'all put in 10%. Y'all put in the plug, you get 10% off. Kerry, you want to take us out?
Man, again, I just want to kind of end the way we started. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Yes.
And I want you all to understand that fathers is not always the male. There's some mothers that had to hold it down as a mother and a father. So everyone that had to do that job, we say Happy Father's Day to you. And let me tell you this, and let me pick some things to you. Listen, you are a father, whether you are the biological father or not. If you are in the house, you have the responsibility of raising that little girl. You have the responsibility of raising that little boy. If you're in their life, be the man that you are supposed to be. I raised 5 girls. Amen. All 5 girls is not mine, but I don't have stepchildren because I don't have step money. So they are my girls. Amen. They are my girls that I taught them how to see a king. So that when they grow older, I told them, and this was the rule, I'm teaching you what a man looks like.
That's right.
When you grow older and you choose your own, you got to choose one that is at least equal or better than I am.
That's right.
That's greater than I am. We don't go down, we go up.
That's right.
So salute again to yourself, to King, to everyone that is watching. Happy Father's Day to you all. Do something special for the man that was special in your life.
Amen, man. Well, I appreciate that and couldn't have said it no more. Appreciate it, Kerry. Appreciate that everybody came into the chat rocking with your boy. We had another blessed day, man. Hopefully this could have blessed a lot of people. Salute to those fathers out there that really put. Salute to the single fathers out there. And salute to the ones that, again, like he said, it ain't about just that whether you are daddy or not. And they said if you feed them long enough, they become yours. They look like they look just like you. So hey, salute to the ones that have been feeding them from day one. All right. So again, on that note, I want to say thank you to everybody. God bless y'all and happy Father's Day. Y'all be careful this weekend. And y'all probably see me come back on here tomorrow as well. And if y'all can, man, give a prayer to my man Flying Ryan, man. Hey, man, you already know your man's thinking about you, and you are in my prayers. And hopefully I'll be able to see you soon, hopefully this weekend. Thank you again, Sacrifice. Everybody, half past, you know what time it is. And again, man, we've been plugged into the Plug Podcast by Cross Your Heart. Hey, y'all. Hey, mama, I did it. Another one.
It's the Plug Podcast. Hey, yo, you already know. Watch how that shit drop. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know? Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. Came in and over, I stand getting better. You let it come in, falling so pandemic, it can't even afford coming over. I pay the price since it's unimportant. So unimportant. No, I don't want you, I don't need you in my life. I feel like I'm cross. I put that on God, ay. Feeling like the top, feeling like the king. Everything you peep, it ain't really what it seems. Traveling, seeing all the world's problems, trying to tell you how we get it and how we can solve them. I'm on the top flight now, I came from the bottom.